Such a wonderful talk from Saleha, and it's really made my evening. After all those IT issues and everything that could have gone wrong, went wrong 2 minutes before the launch. How's that? Just 2 minutes before the launch. But hey, you know what? We bounced back and we've had a great chat from Saleha, and we're all very inspired. And thank you again for all of you for being so patient. And I will now go on to my next speaker. Councillor Ayesha Chowdhury, and I did give you a brief introduction to Ayesha. She's been in Newham for a long time. We want to know about her culinary journey as a young woman here, and you know, when she was in this country and how her food habits changed, and also a little bit about at the end about the projects. So Ayesha, over to you. I will ask you to unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, Darshana. First of all, it's a great opportunity for me to say hello to everyone. If I briefly say my connection with food, I cannot claim to be a great cook. Yes, my mom is a lovely cook, but I am sort of like, yes, a creative person. And I do, when I cook something, it's nice and tasty. But if someone asks me for a recipe, I won't be able to give it to anyone. It's not a secret, but what I do, I just put things in my pot, and then the smells comes nice. But then next time I cannot do exactly the same because I don't have any measurement. Now, let me start from the beginning. I came in UK with my parents in early 1990. I could not speak any English or the culture even. I still wear my salwar kameez and sari, my traditional clothes, even at council's meetings. But at the beginning, before I started to learn English, I was invited by one of the great youth worker called Maria de Souza to go and join her youth club or youth team. At that time, we did not have many Asian girls attending youth club. And so when I started to go with her as a young person, it was quite sort of like uncomfortable. All the boys and not knowing the culture, it was difficult. But then she wanted me to invite more Asian girls from the area, local area. She used to be an outreach worker, and I started to work with her as an outreach worker. And inviting more Asian girls. But because I was quite known in the area, other parents started to trust me, allow their daughters to go to the youth club. Now, what do? I thought it was a great idea, not only doing like henna, mehndi in your hand. I always do. I still have some mehndi in my hand. But I thought cooking is something very interesting. As I said, it is creative. You don't have to know what you are doing, but as long as you have ideas, you know what to do, you can put something together. Beside that, it is a way of socializing. If you talk about an illness, not many people might know about that. But food is something very common to anyone and everyone. They can participate. And when you want to get the cultures together, then it's very easy and common. And especially if you after the youth club, I have worked with many different culture group, community organization. And when we talk about hard to reach group, this is the only way I thought easily you can get ladies together. That I want to learn about your culture, the way you cook your food. And they are always, it doesn't matter which culture you are talking about, Eastern European, Asian, Afro-Caribbean, they would be interested to show you how they cook their special dishes. And it is a pride, it's a privilege for anyone and everyone. And I started to take sort of like advantage in a way when I used to work with ladies, young women, that this is the way you can get them together. They start having relationship with other women. They started to trust each other, share their positive and negative experience. and take it from there, including my mother. Even my mother started to go to different groups because she could share her special dishes with others. Not only the recipe, but also they used to cook food for each other, like one dish party, regular one dish party. Everyone would bring their dishes. And this is how they started to communicate with each other. You don't have to learn English to be able to communicate with others, but still you can do it. So I was privileged to be able to create some groups, and then we among those groups, they have shared their recipes. They have had their own recipe books. They have groups that went bigger, better, and wider, I would say, within like a few years' time. There are currently still running groups, started with, say, for example, 5 ladies, ended up in 200 ladies. And doing regular activities besides cooking and healthy cooking. They talk about walking, exercise, other issues, social issues, housing, and all sorts of things. Personally, I thought when you cook, it's a great management skill as well. What we were talking previously, that you have to think about all the recipes, what to put, when to put. I mean, I don't think I need to tell you about that because you all are experts, people who are participating today. But one thing I would like to remind the male friend who are present today, that although restaurants are run by male chef, but women's are better. And if you give them the opportunity to be a cook in a restaurant, they can do a better job. I'm 100% sure about that. I have no doubt at all. And another thing, I am sure you will agree with me, that women can do 2 jobs at a time or more than 2. They can be a mother. When they're taking care of the child, they still can do other jobs as well. So it's a way you can improve the thinking, the other skills as well. And another thing, when I have worked with people in the deprived sort of like section, when I say deprived in terms of relationship issues and all the other family problems, if you can engage family members together to do the cooking and sharing, then they start having the bonding, the friendship within the family. Some of us have got really good relationship with our partners and children, but everyone not as privileged as some of us. So sometimes it is useful to tell them, show them the way how they can have a happy life. If cooking become my responsibility, I don't think I will be enjoying as much as I would do as something creating a new dish. I don't know if it is making sense what I'm saying. I'm not very articulated person, and I jump from one thing to another. I know that. But what I'm trying to say, that if I do 7 days a week and 365 days a year cooking as my duty, then definitely I'm not going to be enjoying that. But every day, if I do something new, if I have friends, family members helping me with that creation, and then they praise me saying that how lovely, nice, great it is, I would enjoy my job. Am I right in saying what I'm saying? I would like to see that this is what is happening in every single household. We, men and women, working hard outside, we have issues with our colleagues. We don't want to have issues when we are at home again. So beside cooking nice food, we also, and the front of Darshana, I cannot say that, talk about healthy food and healthy lifestyle because she is an expert. And my secret, I have a really bad habit of pronouncing my weaknesses with pride. I am a non-vegetarian person. I don't like vegetable. But I must not say that front of public or especially young people. But my problem is I say who I am and what I am, but I hope like from one flower, the bee will take honey and what is it called? Spider takes the poison. So same thing, I think every story has a negative and a positive. If we know how to take the honey, we can take all the positive thing. But if we don't know that, and if we become the spider, we will be only taking the negative. So when I talk, I love to say about my strength as well as my weaknesses. So my strength is I'm quite sort of like creative and organized. Whatever I have at home, I can do something very quickly, easily, but in a nice way. I'm quite good in terms of presentation as well. But in terms of actual making it healthy, because if you put less oil, it's not going to look nice. If you have less spices, it's not going to look nice. And my apologies. I don't want any of you to be doing what I do. I put lots of oil, by the way, but don't tell anybody.
Sorry, Ayesha, I had to come in, isn't it? The nutritionist in me came alive.
I think I would like to make sure that your job is safe. You are with us to tell us.
Yes, I'm still very much awake and here. I took my mask off just for a second to talk. We are all socially distancing here. But no, what you're saying is very true, and it's very, honest, and we love the fact, and that is why we love all the work that you've done.
I'd like to say a huge thank you to you all. If I can assist everyone participating here today, Darshana, you can feel free to share my contact details with anyone and everyone. I am happy to help organization as well as individuals in any ways. I'm not just a politician, a councillor, but also I have worked as a social worker, community activist, youth work. I do have anthropological background, law background. So if there is any way I can help with anything, it would be my pleasure.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Ayesha, for being here with us.